back. Should we do a music prelude or should we do a sports analogy? Which one y'all? Oh, I'm gonna do both. What the hell? Tag team back again with this doubleheader. This time, man, we're talking summer sports, and we have one of the best summer teams in the southern region. They were built out of the state of Maryland and migrated into Louisiana by two young men that were phenomenal in basketball. The MOUTON brothers, Brian and BYRON. MOUTON out of the Rain, Louisiana area. Both visionaries, both innovators, both are phenomenal men of power. And they're doing their things. They're not looking back. They're not waiting on you. If you don't join in, they leaving your asterisk behind. So let's bring in Brian. Let's bring in BYRON. Man, what's up, fellas?
What's going
on, man? Hey, chilling like a villain, as we say back in the day, man. Chilling like a villain. I am honored. Man, y'all some handsome brothers, man. Y'all some handsome dudes, man.
We try.
Hey, there must be something in the water and rain down there, boy. Hey, it's some nice looking men and women in rain. And that's no cap, because I'm bald. Man, so no disrespect, Brian, but from my understanding and knowledge, this was BYRON's baby.
Absolutely.
So, BYRON, can you start and explain to us how you derived the name Six Man and where your vision started that you wanted to give of yourself to young athletes?
So basically, man, I was doing some free camps back in the day at the University of Maryland, and never thought I would start an AAU program, whatever. I just wanted to give back to the community, man. I was doing camps; it was free. Had about 200 some kids come out, man, and these parents kept on asking me. They kept asking me this, man, start an AAU program. I was like, I don't know, but I know how crazy parents are when it comes to AAU basketball. But this particular family, man, it just kept harassing me, I was like, all right. I started, man. So I started off with a little 5th grade team, man. It was very, very, very competitive because I told them, if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it for real. I'm not just going to have a little team just because, just to say I had a little AAU team. So that one team was so competitive that it generated, pretty much a whole program, man. And then everybody wanted to be a part of it because we do it the right way, man. A lot of the guys, no parent coaching. Everybody had a resume. If you ain't had a resume, playing ball on a high level or got some type of high level coaching experience, you couldn't coach for us, man. So, this day and era of basketball, man, it's a lot of parents, kids that didn't make teams. So the parents start their own team so their child can play. It's watered down youth basketball, man. That's what it is. It's crazy, man. Everybody asks me, huh?
I didn't know they did. I thought that was a Louisiana specific.
Man, that's nationwide, man. Yeah, because it's so funny, man. Because every time I go out there, coach, because I coach like 3-4 teams, man, because I love it. I don't really have a 9 to 5. My job is to be in the gym, recruit players, look at players, after school program, mentors, and it never fails, man. Man, which one is your son? I say, man, I don't have no son out here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm doing it because I love it.
Right. Right.
And then I talked to my brother, Brian. He's like, man, I want to start a youth program. I said, I forgot what he was calling it. I don't know what the hell he was calling it. I said, man, just use 6 Man, bro. It's growing. We thriving right now. We got a lot of kids that go to college, get scholarships. Just use the brand, man, and take advantage of it. So.
Man, too funny. So you call him you call him. I'm gonna say BR because I'm an initial guy most of the time. You call him BR, and you said, man, I want to do this, bro, but I need a little help. I need a little influence. I need a little know-how. What was the best point of information that he gave you that helped you begin your journey?
I think what the most important people, if they fail a lot in this business, is because, to my brother's point, you gotta reach out to people that have the knowledge, man,
Right.
and the experience in how to operate a well organized organization. So the best part of that is, to his point, hey, I got the formula.
Right.
Just take it and make it your own. So that was really the best part of that. I took his formula, and by trade, I'm a marketer. So my brother knows that, man. I'm a market everything, and to get the equity of the brand. And I think he and I were on the same page that, hey, look, end of the day, it's about the brand. Don't allow anyone to be bigger than the brand. And
Right.
that's what we stuck with. We have a lot of things that we put in place. To his point, parenting, coaching, gotta be a person of professionalism and coaching aspect of it. So a lot of the things that he had in place, man, is what we took, and that's how we became very successful too.
Right.
Period of time,
We were just kind of talking about that before we came on air, BR, you and I, about you must, in order for you to be successful in today's times, it doesn't matter if it's a penny pension corporation you're starting, you got to have a team, you got to have experience with
Right.
people who don't have egos about the game and want to see you succeed.
Right.
In this process, starting small. When you say getting the best kids that want to compete, that want to play, how did your two entities in two different locations say, okay, this is what they're doing there, so we're gonna do it here? How easy was that for you guys to manipulate into one process?
Well, I'll go first. For me personally, before I started this, I had to have a formula in order for us to be successful. Maryland area they play basketball year round. They don't have any stipulations in place like Louisiana. You can't play amateur sports to a certain point of the year. So our structure is a little bit different because the pool of players are a little bit different here in Acadiana. Our goal was, hey, look, let's get a bunch of kids that are talented and that's going to buy into the coaches, and more importantly, they're going to build chemistry and eventually become successful, because we don't have these big pool of players. So fast forward 11 years later, it's now the key to our success in creating that format to success.
I'm looking at starting some stuff. Not for me, because I've had I had even though I didn't go anywhere, I was pretty decent in high school, and the adult stuff all I did was win. So I've had fun, but we're talking about this generation of kids. When you said, hey, no kid coach, no parent can coach their kid, how was that reflected upon the people you were trying to get the best kids from? Because we know, I especially know this. Parents want to coach their kids so their kids can be the star of the team, even when they can't play a lick. How'd that go over in this is what it is, man. How'd that go over, Byron?
Well, the problem is, I'm not speaking for everybody. Everybody, you don't want to put everybody in the category as the same, parent, coach, or whatever. So there's some good guys that are parents and have childs on the team that do right. But I tell them too, like all the time, man, listen, at the end of the day, you could be the most fairest coach, man. You don't try to have your son be, the man, getting the ball, take a shot. But at the end of the day, as a program director, when you're recruiting kids, all the parents see, that's the coach's son. And I be trying to explain that to people that there's just some good guys out there that have kids and they do right. But at the end of the day, as a parent that's looking at the team, all they see is that's the coach's son.
Yeah,
Even
let
though this
Johnny
guy can be
Dad a coach.
fair.
Let
Exactly.
Johnny
So that's
Dad a
why
coach.
I
Yeah.
say, man, no hard feelings, man. That's why I stay from that, because there's nowhere around it. There's nowhere around. You could be the most first guy, and they got the other side of the fence where it's just all about their child. So just to eliminate all that, man, is just no parent coaching, period. But there are some good guys out there that coaches their sons, and they do right by the team, and they do right by their kid. But at the end of the day, man, as a directors recruiting players, man, they just look at the parent, with his son on the team.
Yeah.
So just try to stay away from all that and avoid that conflict, So
As you guys have grown, congratulations on 11 years as well. That's really tough to do. It's tough to do 5 years straight.
oh my
So
God, yeah.
11 is a magnitude breaker. In looking at this process, you're getting really elite kids now. Coaches have different principles, different philosophies. How do you get coaches to stay in the same ballpark of teaching the same fundamental skill sets where kids are learning things the same exact way in the right manner, and to do it the first time, the right time, do it the right way the first time, every time manner? How hard is that for you guys to pull off? And BR, you give me yours from a Louisiana perspective, because I met some of your coaches, and I started building relationships with them. And Byron, please, if you could, after Brian,
Okay.
give your perspective of how you get it done in your area.
Well, for Louisiana, I got some really good guys that's been with me for a long time. That we meet often. We talk about our players. We talk about certain events that we need to attend for exposure. And to be honest with you, our biggest for Louisiana, we're not really worried about winning at middle school. It's all about development and chemistry in an effort to build a team when they get to that point, 9th, 10th, 11th grade, so we can go out and compete and represent the brand really well. Coaches bought into that. Unfortunately, over the years, you got to let people go because they no longer fit the mission and don't have the character that you were looking for in strengthening your brand, because that's really what it's all about. Continue to strengthen, add equity to it, and bring people that's going to always stay true to it and follow your lead in doing right by the kids. So it's a little bit different for Louisiana, man, but the buy-in and building chemistry, the coaches are very passionate, and I do my best to keep those around.
Right. Byron.
Well, man, and Brian came out here, he been to Vegas with us, man, and we've been to Vegas together, man. This DC area, man, it's a whole different animal, man. Like Brian was just saying, man, they play, because I didn't even know. I was shocked. I had to call back home, man. I'm like, bro, they play ball out here all year round. All year round, man. They play ball here all year round. So it's just so competitive out here, man. I mean, they got guys, I don't know how it is in Louisiana, man, but there's a lot of kids out here are homeschooled, man. And all they do, it's like a job, man. 8 hours out of the day, 7 hours out of the day, man. They playing basketball, working on their craft, because they think potential be big time college players / NBA players, man. And it's just so competitive, man. And I built, and the crazy thing about it is it's how crazy competitive. Like, it's probably 5 or 6 circuit teams out here, and I built very, very, very good teams on players that have been cut from the shoe company teams. And the players that they say wasn't good, the players that you can't do this, you're not skilled enough, and all those kids that I take them, man, because they don't have no egos.
Right.
With this stuff, man, when you're doing this, man, and you pick, like myself, put a lot of time and energy to it, you can't have the parents out of control. You can't have the kids that don't listen with no discipline. If I'm going to spend a lot of time in this, man, I need kids that's going to listen, discipline, great, very good grades, and I can easily sell them,
Right.
But that's what it is, man. There's just so many kids that can play in this area, man. You can build a very competitive team with kids that actually got cut from these big time, EYBL teams and stuff like that, man. I didn't build 5, 6 Vegas championship teams are for kids that actually got cut, man, and they doing real well for themselves, man. You know, this year we had a kid, you know, from our program played for Tennessee, and he torched Duke for 25. You know,
Okay.
Oliver, big Oliver, man, and that's a kid that played 1 year high school basketball and had a bad knee, and you know, by the time his junior senior year, I knew it. A lot of people knew it. He's just going to eventually get to that point because he started basketball late, and he only played 1 year high school basketball. And then we had a couple kids play for Fairleigh Dickinson that nobody wanted, man. And then there was an X factor for upset tournament, you know, in the NCAA tournament. And then, you know, people trying to downplay Division II, Division III. We had a couple kids go to national championship for Division II. You know, the way the transfer portal is, it's hard. If you're not a top 150 kid coming out of high school, it's hard, man, to get a D1 scholarship. So I try to promote Division IIs and Division III because there's a lot of good basketball out there, man. A lot of good basketball.
Fact. Man, I'm glad y'all brought I'm glad y'all said EYB. Sometimes I go on rants. I ain't gonna even St. Thomas More in the middle. Which one of y'all is St. Thomas More? MOUTON went to St. Thomas More. That's
Brandon
MOUTON.
okay. Okay. So interview Brad Boy yesterday. I know you know him, Brian.
I know Brad Boy.
Okay.
We all know Brad Boy.
Interviewed Brad yesterday. We talked Brad Boy basketball. And I was telling him about, again, I'm watching EYBL Session 3 in Dallas this weekend.
Yeah.
And I'm checking for Louisiana kids, I ain't gonna lie, or kids that I know of, that I've seen. And I just saw the most atrocious thing that I could possibly see. And I just want your thoughts and comments. Again, I don't try to kick anyone because we all human, and to a fault, we make mistakes, period. So, kids turning the ball over, screwing up the game. I generally say something else, but I'm going to be nice today since I got twins on. Just looking at the game right now, man, coaches are so afraid to coach kids because they're scared the kid is going to leave and go to another team. I saw a lot of bad basketball on the EYBL circuit this weekend. The teams that were really good were good because they were disciplined and coachable.
Yep.
Those that were really bad, get rid of some of them freaking fracking kids, man.
Yeah.
Just get rid of them. Tell me y'all thoughts. Byron, you go first since Brian went first last time. I'm an equal opportunity talker.
Thank you for being an equal opportunities, man. So
we love it.
Yeah, man. So the problem is, man, and I try to tell kids, man, it's crazy, man. A while back, man, I found some, you know, Baltimore, Maryland, man. This is not every Baltimore kid, but a kid that I really wanted on my program. You know, I tried to recruit, and the first thing he said was like, "MOUTON, man, I love your program, but your guys run too many plays." You ran too many plays. I said, "Listen, man." I said, if you want to play college basketball, man, at a high level, I played high-level basketball, man. You're not playing high-level basketball if you can't execute and run plays. Right. That's just the bottom line. And that's the difference between bad AAU basketball and good AAU basketball. Some of these teams go out there and find the most talented, more athletic guys and throw them on the court and think they're going to win games. You're not going to win games. Yeah, you're going to be able to compete here and there, but what if everybody on the court is athletic, fast, and run and jump? Now you got to have guys that understand how to play, quote unquote, have basketball IQ. That's the difference between winning championships or just out there playing basketball. And I try to tell kids, if you ever want an advantage, man, you got to learn how to execute and run plays, period. Because when everybody on the court is athletic and run and jump, that is the difference, man. And it just looks way better when the ball's moving. When the ball's moving, people are talking on defense. You know, some guys are just out there just jumping around and think they're going to, you know, jump over people, faster than people. Like I said, what if everybody fast like EYBL? There's a lot of athletic dudes out there, man. Right. And when you know, and that's why some of them kids struggle in college. They're big-time high school players, and there's tons of them be like, oh, what happened to him? Where did he go? What happened to this kid? Because they never understand how to play the game of basketball. And feel bad for some of these kids because what happens is these guys go for the talent, and a lot of these EYBL, they want a lot of talent, but they're not really coaching them because they want ready-made players. But I like to develop players and get them ready and all
church
that.
Finger, church finger, church finger. You're gonna get put out of church.
Yeah, man, you got the fundamentals, man. You know, people talking about that. Oh, man, that's a lot of work, man. I want ready-made players. But it's about the kids, man. You got to get them. It's not get them ready for an AAU game, man. You got to get them ready for college. You know what I'm saying? It ain't about no AAU game, you know. But, you know, there's some great programs that develop kids, but a lot of them, man, it's just trying to find the most athletic and fastest dude. The kid has no clue how to play the game of basketball in a team concept, you know.
Right.
So
Team concept.
Yep.
Man. Brian.
Yeah, look,
that was that was a lot. I thought the deacon was finna come tap him on the shoulder. He said, "Come go with me." But you did. Hey, I love it when coaches can come on here or come on any platform and be honest and be brutally honest, because that's what's going to help our kids be better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got some thoughts you want to add to that?
I mean, me and my brother are so aligned, so we believe in the same principles. It's really about discipline, and here in Louisiana, you know, I try to keep it very simple for our players. It's about ball movement, which is the execution piece, and ball pressure, as we say, for the defensive end part of that. And you know, when I first started, man, we built teams very quickly. We gathered up the really good players and did extremely well. And guess what happens? Those shoe company teams come a lurking and try to pull those players from your program. And me personally, look, man, I'm not, you know, one of my coaches said we want volunteers and not hostages. So, hey, if you want to be here, fine. If you want to go, then go. But just understand this, we're building a team. So as these positions become less and less, if you decide to want to try out, because you will try out again, and you will, you know, that's how we operate. So if that position or that field where you played at is filled, then we can't use you because you made a decision to go somewhere else, and our chemistry is built. And I take a hard stand on that. We're not disrupting what we built and the chemistry that's already in place. And the formula that we continue to use has been very successful the last 11 years. So I stand in line with my twin brother for that simple fact, man, all day, every day. Why? Because we're in this together, and we've done extremely well with our brand.
Yep.
Right. I'm glad you brought up the EYBL circuit, or just shoe circuit in general, in this last commentary. I've definitely watched Six-Man Louisiana. I keep my eye to the ground on everything Louisiana. Not so much. I know of Six-Man Maryland area. Know that you guys get a lot of good talent because we're friends with some of the same people. I don't know if you knew that, Brian. I mean, yeah, Anitra Augustus. Yeah, my sis, my little sis. She's married to my best friend, Chad Wilson.
Okay.
And we talk a lot. And Joycelyn and Will, I love them to death. And so when we talk about shoe circuit teams, you guys have had a plethora of really good talent in both spectrums, Louisiana, Maryland. Have you guys had the offers to become a shoe circuit team? And if so, why didn't you accept the challenge of becoming a Nike, Under Armour, Adidas, Reebok, or now New Balance? Or since they're here, I'm going to show them a little love. I don't know if you want to be. I'm sorry, y'all. That was wrong. Prep hoops on the prep hoop circuit. Talk to us about that, man. Who want to go? Who want to go?
Well, Well, a lot of man, you know, at the end of the day, a lot of people ask me to help them program, man. But it's all about values, man. Like we don't. At the end of the day, man, I can't help nobody if we don't share the same values. You
Right.
know, and that's just the bottom line. It's I don't have no, you know, personal interest in none of this, man. It's just bottom line me trying to help kids. Period.
Right.
So, you know, I'm not trying to get no, you know, people trying to get meal tickets, trying to be somebody's agent. This kid can go pro. I'm not trying, man. I got my own life. I got my own stuff. I got my own means. So I don't need none of that, man. But at the end of the day, man, I'm just stay in my own lane, man. Like I said, a lot of people ask me to coach. A lot of people part of somebody's program. Unknown asked me to do some stuff with them. You know, back in the day, I just couldn't do it based on what they offer me and stuff like that. But you know, at the end of the day, man, I'm just happy where I'm at, and I'm happy for who the kids that came through our program. Happy that those kids have an opportunity to play college basketball and get an education for free, man. That's just the
Right.
bottom line,
That's
you
the
know.
goal.
That's what it's about, man. And then you know, it's so many circuits, man. And at the end of the day, if there's an opportunity where a kid can play for other coaches, I don't, you know, talk about any type of different circuit, man. As long as they got college coaches, man, and there's a situation where a kid can get exposure, then I see that's a good opportunity to play. So I tell parents, like I say, for example, last summer, man, there's some kids. Like I said, I can count on my fingers. You probably can count on your fingers that how many coaches that have AU program would help another kid from another program. Less than 5 programs, probably. Me personally, if I got a relationship with you, and your son is a good kid and we friends, I help your kid. Your kid don't even have to play for me. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I am. So last summer, man, I had a little event. I brought in 30 kids. Out of the 30 kids, maybe 7, maybe of my kids. You
Right.
know, these was all kids. The only way you can come to this thing if you had 0 offers, period. You got
Right.
no interest, no offer, no nothing. That's the only way you come in. Then, you know, 30 kids came, man. Got some footage of these kids, man. Talked to a couple of kids, man. You know, out of the 30 kids, 7, 8 of them got scholarships. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's what it's all about, man. And these kids, like I said, and the crazy thing about it, I was telling somebody yesterday, one of these kids didn't even play high school basketball. He got cut. And I called the coach. I said, man, listen, this kid played for me. You know, he don't play on my A team, play on my B team, but he plays hard, man. He can help you. I'm telling you, 6'2", play hard, play defense, whatever. He can help you. I say, look, just go out there, let him come to a workout, and let me know how you do. Man, they ended up being one of the coach's favorite kids, man. He got a D2 scholarship, man. And man, the father started crying and everything, man. He was like, man, I'm trying to tell my son to get a 9 to 5, but he keep begging me to play basketball, but he keep getting cut. So I said, I called this guy, you know, I called the coach, man, let him come out. And he made his team, man. And the father was so grateful, man. That's what it's all about. And it's all about opportunity, man. The kid just never had an opportunity.
Right. Right.
So,
Man, that's phenomenal, man. Really phenomenal story. I promise you, I want to keep y'all on here about 45 more minutes. And you laughing because you don't know me very well.
yeah, well, Brian,
My ass
I
can
got.
talk.
Hey, man, I'm actually in the parking lot, man.
I know, and that's why I'm
I'm
gonna
in
let
the youth program right now, man. They waving, looking for me right now.
that's why I'm gonna let y'all go because he told
Yeah,
me you had limited time, and I kind
yeah,
of
man.
over that limited time, and I want y'all to come back again.
Oh yeah, come back, man. You give me some notice, man. I mark that count and get everything off it, man.
Yeah,
But my brother called me last minute, man. He called me, man. I coming, man. So
I want y'all to come again in
yeah.
July.
Okay.
If y'all will come back.
Yeah.
And if y'all need a media guy, just send me a plane ticket and tell me where you need me to be.
Okay, I got you, man.
And you'll get the very best that Off the Bench Sports has to offer.
Okay.
We use all 4K equipment.
I see. I'm in 4K right now.
I'm like, my brother shot it as hell, man. What's
Yeah, man.
going on?
Man, just try to do it the right way, bro. Just try to do it the right way, man. God has been good to me, man, and I promise you, I don't take that for granted. I absolutely
Brian, I want to show you something, man. You know,
Yeah,
my
show
little
us,
hat,
man.
my little hat, brother, boot tie, baby.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, Ray, Louisiana, baby.
Man, where you get that from? Where can I get one of them made?
Hey, man, I got you, man. Get my number, man. It's first one in the house on me.
Graphic designer by trade.
Yeah, yeah. Don't tell nobody that, man.
Hey,
I don't do no work for nobody.
Look,
I'm a low key.
Can mine say Monroe, Louisiana?
Huh?
Can mine say Monroe, Louisiana with my last name?
Yep. Whatever you want, man.
Yeah, hey, you know, I rep the boot, baby. I rep the boot. Nah, man. Hey, thank you guys, though, man.
Yeah, man. Appreciate having me,
man. Brian MOUTON, BYRON MOUTON. BYRON is the founder. Brian is just a brother that loves his brother so much. He said, "What the hell? Let's get in this fight together, baby."
Right.
And look, if you want a perfect combination, they Marvelous Hagler and Sugar Ray Leonard, baby. They were cold in the ring. so thank you guys, man.
Yeah, thank you, man. You're welcome.
And I'll definitely send me BYRON number, please, man.
Okay.
And next time we'll I got some stuff to talk to you about. And we'll make this even better, man.
Okay. All right, thanks, man.
Thank you guys very much. Remember, get off the bench, get into the game.
Yes, sir.